Alright, so I'm actually going to start with the end product on this video to show you what it looks like when it's all secure inside the trailer. So here you can see my VMAX is totally secure in the trailer and there's not a strap anywhere on the bike. So I will even show you, I'll move it a little bit back and forth. There's a little bit of play in the system, but that's okay. It's really not going to go anywhere. But this is it. This is what it looks like in place, installed. Right now then, we will move on and I will break it down component by component and show you how we got to this position right here. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is show you how each of the components work separately before we do the final product of installing the motorcycle. What you are looking at here is the floor plate, and as you can see it's held in place by 4 bolts, and these have what are called mushroom standoffs, and that allows for the latch to slide in there. Speaking of latch, this is the latch assembly, and as you can see it has a pin to lock it in place into one of the holes, and it is spring loaded. So all you do is basically slide it underneath the bolts and in the mushroom and slide it in place, and it will click. When the lock pin goes in place, it is secure. And then you can see this is what you would use in a moment to latch the motorcycle. I'll go ahead and install the other one. And it's ready to go. Alright, so now let me show you the frame assembly that actually is the key to everything. This is the frame assembly, and when it's connected to the motorcycle, and I'll show you how to do that, you put these pins in the rear axle. So each motorcycle will be different, and these are considered pin kits, and you would order those specifically to your make and model. But assuming for the moment that this is already connected to the motorcycle, when you slide it forward, you can see it's going to slide into the latches like that, and then you would just lock it in place by closing the latch. And then you put the safety pin in place, you would slide that through, hook it underneath, and it is secure. Same thing on the other side. So that would be it. And of course the whole time it's connected to the motorcycle, it's going to be in this orientation, something like that. But now that you have an understanding of how it works, I will actually drive the motorcycle up in place and connect the frame assembly to the bike, and then push it forward and latch it in place and show you once again what it looks like fully restrained by this system. As you can see, I have everything in place and ready to go. So first let me tell you about the motorcycle. Obviously you want to drive it in right in the center of the floor plate and the center of the trailer. And also by trial and error I have figured out that the best place for me to stop and have it ready to go is to put the rear tire really just on the front edge of the floor plate. And that puts it in the best position to where I don't have far to go when I'm ready to actually latch it. Alright, so I will go ahead and put everything on the bike and show you how to do the final steps. Okay, starting on the right side, first thing you need to do over here is remove the rubber cap. So get that out of the way. Grab the frame assembly, line it up, get the appropriate pin, and you can tell which one this one is because it has the hex shape for the hex bolt. Slide it through, line it up. Put it in place, slide it all the way in until it stops, and then as you can see that will expose the pin. And on this one the pin does not go through the frame assembly, it only goes through the pin itself. So you would put that in, then you would latch it so it's secure, not going anywhere. Alright, Now for the left side. This side, pretty similar. You just slide it through. Get everything lined up. And on this one, the holes must line up because you're actually going to put the pin through the frame assembly and the left pin. So it will go all the way through like that. And again, you would put the safety latch on there so it's not coming out. Alright, that's that. It's ready to go. And as you can see, it's hinged so it can be raised and lowered. Okay, the only thing left to do is to put the motorcycle in an upright position and then move it forward. To slide the frame assembly into the latches. And then close the latches once it's in place. There's that one. And then the right side. And then like I demonstrated earlier, just put the locking pins in place. And that's that. It's secure. And that thing is in there. And there's what it looks like. And I'll just grab it and shake it a little bit. Show you what's going on down there. It's got a little bit of play in it, but overall it's pretty secure. So there's the finished product. Like I said in a previous video, I'm hoping that I don't have to use straps at all, but I have a bad feeling I may have to do that for the Goldwing. But at least for now, and at least for the VMAX, I am good to go. It's much quicker and easier to do this than it is to take time strapping it down. So again, with a little bit of trial and error, figuring out exactly how to line things up to make it easier once I drive it in for the final positioning. Took a little bit of doing, but now I've got it down so I can do it pretty quickly now. Okay, and the last thing to show you is the trailer restraint system to hold everything and keep everything tidy and in place in the trailer so you don't have to try and track it down. So this item here is actually sold separately, and I will put the link to this in the description as well. So let me show you real quickly how this works. Okay, so there's what it looks like when the frame assembly is attached to the trailer restraint. So as you can see, it just slides down in place on these little hooks. And then the latches themselves, they just kind of slide in place just like they did on the floor plate, and they're locked in by the pin, which is the spring-loaded pin, just latches and locks it into place. So that's all there is to that. It has a bungee cord. You can see I've wrapped it around the handle. Comes over here to these little mini D-rings, and that's just going to keep it from flapping around too much. So it's really not going to go anywhere. These are little foam pads to put on the wall of the trailer to keep this from getting beat up, so provides a little bit of a cushion. But the thing that's most convenient about this is this will always stay in the trailer, so I never have to worry about forgetting it. So if I need to tow anything, tow my bike, all I got to do is hook up the trailer and go. Everything I need to do so is already right here in place, so I won't have to worry about forgetting it. Okay, one other thing I would like to add about this restraint system is just like the Pit Bull rear stand, this thing is solid. It is heavy duty, and they use tubular material versus square or rectangular, which that alone makes it much stronger. So it's very solid. I've seen other videos where people are talking about Pit Bull equipment and it just lasts for years and years. If there's one thing I will say about that, the quality of the Pit Bull products is outstanding. Like I said earlier, all of the links to the Pit Bull equipment is in the description below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to my channel. See you next time.